Ladies and gentlemen, that's the lineup for the men's 4x100 meter relay. Kenya, Zambia, Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Ghana, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. The final of the men's.
And there's unfinished business between the Ghanaians and the Nigerians. Ghana upstaging the Nigerians at the 2019 African Games in Rabat to set an African Games record.
38.30, I remember that.
And yep. And interestingly, it's only Eshekiri Oshioriche who survived from the quartet from Nigeria that won the silver medal.
He was the one that ran the ankle leg that Joseph Paul Amor beat.
And the same Joseph Paul Amor is in this 2023 African Games.
Yes.
Benjamin Azamati is in this one as well. We'll be running in the back straight.
So Kenya's starting leg will be run by Heshbon Oduo, with Samuel Waweru in the second leg. Odambo Onyango is in the third leg, and Asamba Dan Kiviasi is in the ankle leg for Kenya.
And in terms of qualifying, again, Ghana qualifying ahead of Nigeria. But
in terms of fastest times in the heats.
But it's not about what you did.
That is Shaqiri. He will be anchoring Nigeria. Didn't run in the heats. They definitely conserved him for the final.
It's not about what you've done before. Ghana may hold the game's record, but the Nigerians mean business. And just to remind you again, the backstory to this unfinished business and unsettled issues between Ghana and Nigeria in 2003, when Nigeria hosted the All-African Games in Abuja, a crack team which was anchored by the current Nigeria coach Deji Aliu, and which was expected to win the 4x100 medal, was upstaged by a Ghanaian team that was anchored by Leo Miles Mills. And Nigerians have never forgiven Ghana. They have waited for 20 years, actually 21 years to be precise. And here in Accra, the Nigerians will relish the chance to win the double here. Not just that, but to rain on Ghana's parade here.
And exact a painful revenge.
Absolutely, and they would really enjoy that. And I can't wait for the interviews at the mixed zones and in the press conferences. But there are other contenders. We saw the Nigerians running very strongly. We saw Botswana running very strongly. So this is by no means a Ghana versus Nigeria race. Zimbabwe will fancy having a look in.
And again, look at that ankle leg for both Ghana and Nigeria. The ankle leg is absolutely packed, because Liberia have got Joseph Fahnbulleh, Ghana have got Joseph Paul Amor, and Nigeria have got the individual silver medalist Ishiriki Ushoriche. And then Gambia have got Ibrahima Kamara as well. So that is a phenomenal ankle leg awaiting everyone.
Unfortunately, the Cameroonians will look on with regret. They missed this final by 300th of a second, picked to a place in the final by Kenya, who finished in 39.93 seconds. So here we are. This is what the crowd came here for. This is the climax of the day's event. The men's 4x100.
Absolutely. Watch out for Liberia as well, because they've got Emmanuel Matadi, a consistent presence on the African sprinting scene. So with him and Fahnbulleh in the same team, you're looking at potential medalists as well for Liberia. They're in lane 5. That is Edwin Gadai for Ghana. He's starting. This is the ankle leg. Ibrahima Ishoriche, Kamara, Joseph Paul Amor.
Matadi is vastly experienced.
Indeed.
So don't count the Liberians out yet. There could be 2 medals for them in the 4x100 meter relay after the women snatched the silver medal in the women's event. Nerves must be jangling.
African record is held by South Africa. They set a record in 2014 in the Khalifa International Stadium in a time of 37.65 seconds. However,
Final of the men's 4x100-meter relay. This is the final event of today.
We set a record in a time of 38.30 seconds.
As we get ready to...
Today,
You have a record on your mind? Just how fast can they run tonight?
I think generally on the track, especially the shorter event, the times have not looked great. So I certainly am not expecting the game's record to go down. That's for sure, because that was incredibly fast. Every single one of these athletes, especially the Ghanaian quartet that set that record, was running faster then than they are doing now. But again, relay is not just about having the fastest athletes. It's about getting the baton across as smoothly as possible, because a smooth baton change could save you crucial milliseconds.
It is about the technique. It doesn't matter how fast the individual is, it is about the technique. And any hiccup could cost you precious few microseconds and probably cost you the medal in the end.
The bend is one of the trickier.
Enjoying the antics.
One of the trickier legs to run, but they're going on their marks now.
And here they are, is the men's 4x100 meters. Kenya, Zambia, Nigeria, Gambia, Liberia, Ghana, and Botswana. With Zimbabwe completing the lineup.
On the
What a
outside
race
lane.
we have in prospect.
Wait for the gun to go. The final of the men's 4x100-meter relay. And off they go, there's no turning back now. The final of the men's 4x100-meter relay. The Nigerians are going very strongly. Edwin Gadai is already being caught, but on their back straight for Ghana is Benjamin Azimati. But Nigerians, Okon is also running really well. Look at Botswana, too. Very well run. Solomon Hammond is being handed over by Benjamin Azimati. Hammond is going up against Alaba Olokule of Nigeria. This is it now. The anchor light is Shorishi. Oh, the Ghanaians have... Oh, it looks like they were dropping the baton, but they did it. It's Shorishi against Joseph Polamo. It's a race for 1 and 2. Ghana, Nigeria. Nigeria have got it. Yes, on the line. They have exacted revenge on the Ghanaians. And the gold medal will go to Nigeria. It's a sweet, sweet, sweet revenge for Nigeria. On home soil, they have shocked the Ghanaians. Ghana will have to settle for silver, but there's a bit of controversy. Wait for it. What's happening?
Well, the Nigerians have it. The Nigerians have it. The Nigerians have it. It was a barnstorming run from JP. However, there was a lapse in the change here. And for a moment, JP hesitated, and that cost him a few seconds. Ichiriki with an almost perfect handover. But watch John Paul from Ghana try to complete and try to close the gap. He almost overwhelmed him at the line, and it was not enough. By microseconds, and by milliseconds, I should say, the Nigerians have it. And just look at Ichiriki, focused, moving towards the line. He saw the Ghanaian at the corner of his eye, but he just focused on his race with every sinew of energy that he had within him. He tipped towards the line.
And he fell in the end
in the process.
He had to
That's
dip.
just how determined he was.
He had to dip.
And at the finish of the race, he wasn't even sure whether he had done enough to win it because of the sheer acceleration that the Ghanaian came into the
Well, Nigeria
race with.
finally have their
A
revenge.
sweet revenge.
Ghana got the gold in this event in 2003 in front of Nigerian fans in Abuja in 2003, and the Nigerians have done exactly the same
They
thing.
returned the favor, and they would celebrate. You can see how much it means to them. You can see how much it means to them, and the chairman of the Athletics Association here in Ghana would try to console the Ghanaians. There was a lot of hype around this. The Ghanaians wanted this badly, but the Nigerians have decided to poke the
Again,
party.
it's a national record run for Liberia to claim an impressive bronze in 38.73 seconds. The national
There you
record,
have it.
two national records, Gambia as well, 39.24 seconds, only good enough to finish fifth. But look at that, 38.41, 38.43.
I can't wait to see that race played over again. And again, it's the margins. The margins are fine. We spoke about the smoothness of the technique, and the handover for Ghana was not the best.
Well, they've got a silver medal. That's 2 medals for Ghana on the track today.
A bronze in the women's 4x100 and a silver in the men's 4. And, you know, hesitation can cost you. And they will look back, perhaps rue that opportunity, but they will also relish the fact that they won a medal. Losing a medal, losing a gold medal it's not always painful, but when it's to Nigeria, that is quite painful. But congratulations to the Nigerians. And that's Harry Dunfum, who is the sprint coach for the Ghana team. Well,
Nigeria are the African Games champion.
This is a special one for the Nigerians. They wanted this, and their coach, Tracy Aliu.
Incredible sprinting. It's Richard, the individual silver medalist. He had to put every fiber of skin and muscle into that race.
That video of him finishing that race is one for the highlight reels. Eyes bulging in his stride. You know,
he was the same athlete Joseph Paul caught and beat in 2019. He ran the ankle leg at that time, so he knew the sort of challenge that awaited him. But here are your medalists for the men's 4x1. Nigeria gold, Ghana silver, Liberia an impressive bronze. Relays later this year in the Bahamas, finish in the top 8 if they are to qualify to Paris 2024. The Olympic qualifying standards are incredibly high. So this is there'll be 24 teams at the Olympic Games in the relays. 8 of them have been determined already automatically, which comes from the 8 teams that made the final at the last World Championships in Budapest.
Yep.
Remember, Ghana did not run in the heats because they picked up 2 injuries to 2 key members, and so that cost them a place. If they made that final, they would have been on the plane to Paris automatically. They didn't run, and they didn't make the final, obviously. But those 8 that made the final there are on the road, on the plane to Paris. Now, the World Champions, the World Relays are going to be held in the Bahamas in May this year. Those that make the final, the 8 teams that make the final, would also get 8 automatic tickets to the Paris Olympic Games to make 16 teams with 8 teams remaining, and those 8 teams will come to the ranking.
So cue the race to qualify for the relays, and it's one of it will be an objective for all the African teams. The Liberians will want in on the Ghanaians will want in on that, the Nigerians will want in on that. Brilliant running, and that's definitely the next step to take, qualifying in the races. And I'm hoping that the African countries will be able to provide the resources that the athletes need, not just to qualify, but to train together in the run-up to the relay championships.
And that's Emmanuel Matadi.
He's been there and thereabouts, and a familiar face on the international circuit. And he did his bit in ensuring that Liberia finishes. And that man, Fahnbulleh, with the ankle leg to ensure that Liberia were firmly.
His sister is actually at these games fighting as a boxer.
Interesting.
In the 60 kg category.
Family of sports people then.
Very American, born and raised.
Familiar face in the NCAA championships in the United States of America.
I think he's a 2-time All-American. His specialist event is actually the 200 meters.
That's his specialty. So we'll see him back on the track for that 200 meters. For sure, champions.
Team Ghana.
So that's the silver medalist, Team Ghana. The quartet of Edwin Gadai, Joseph Paul Amoah, the ankle leg. Solomon Hammond is new to this team, as Amati is an old fox in this Ghana team. So they have been relegated from their gold medal win from Rabat in 2019, and you have to say We kind of predicted that this would happen, didn't we? Or more like premonition, or more like a warning that it's not how fast you run. And yes, Joe Paul ran really fast in that ankle leg, but it's about how smoothly you can get the baton across. And we spoke about this immensely, repeatedly before that final.
And it happened. Yeah, in the end, that's what happened. But credit to him, he still managed to run the race of his life. Unfortunately, Ishiriki was in no mood to relinquish a lead for the second straight African game, and he held on. And look at the smile on his face.
Chikiri, he's a one lucky chap. Because you know what, like the cliche in some of these things, and I really don't like going there. They always say 10 more meters and Joe Paul would have caught him. But it's 100. We can't make it 110.
We ran out of running space and track.
Exactly. Now, I've seen many track fans make that comment every time a race is closed. They say 10 more meters and they would have caught him.
It's 100 meters.
There you go.
It's not 110 meters.
It's not.
If you want 10 more meters, you run in the
hurdles.
110 hurdles.
So congratulations to Nigeria. A brilliant gold medal. They finally got their revenge on the Ghanaians in Ghana. There's been more. Even that's what makes it 10 times sweeter.
Shall we all rise for the national anthem of Nigeria?
Now the national anthem of Nigeria, Arise, O Compatriots. Congratulations to Nigeria. Arise, all compatriots. Nigeria's call obeys that national anthem. Of course, composed by Pa Odiese, which was adapted back in 1978. It's a national anthem we've heard a lot of times on the continent and even on the global stage. Nigeria always representing the continent and always making Africa proud. They have come here and they have made their own country proud, snatching the gold from right under the noses of their West African rivals.